10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Vega squadrons turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. LGD's turn to pick.
Enchantress.
Vega squadrons turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining.
I speak for the trees.
Vega squadrons turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Здравствуйте. Я скажу, что нравится, конечно, I wonder if they're getting your audio from everything.
So that's the counterpick to the OD. Maybe dissuade them from doing it. And they want to have a hero that can't die to the Enchantress mid.
Yeah, just make sure you turn it on when you're here.
Silences are so good versus OD and Enchantress. Got it.
I was surprised they didn't go for like a Doom, but that might have been too greedy. Normally the Chinese teams go for that support forward position Doom against the Enchantress.
Yeah.
So...
They can't hear me, right?
They should be able to.
It'd be funny. Let's just watch Twitch chat.
It's just like, why is Fogged and Rahi just talking? Ember for the puck and the Furion.
These casters are way smarter than that dumbass paddle.
That's a good hero here. Would you put Ember safe lane or mid? Or
It's maybe who plays it, right?
They both play it.
I both do. I'm wondering who plays it like now.
be on the screens.
10 seconds.
I don't know what he's saying.
I gotta keep my arms in. Got that BO.
Oh, do you got that?
I'm just sweating like crazy.
Who would you get here for Vega? Ursa or Clanks? Or the Enchantress or...
They like Clinks, but they usually last pick it, so probably Ursa.
They normally...
They have really good fighting for Ursa already. Oh, do they want Bat Rider? I think LGD wants Bat.
Yeah, they want that. They might even get... Void's not too bad here. It's not the best synergy with Ember, but
You like Void?
I do still for the Enchantress.
Well, I mean with this lineup.
And then yeah, with Slide of Fist though, it works out. And then you just come in close afterwards.
It's good for like a puck as well.
It just depends on how big his supports are going to be right now.
Yeah.
So usually they run this support, right? Like every time? They run Ench support almost every time for LGD, right?
Yeah.
So, smart man.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen off-lane Jowie Enchantress. Have I?
He's been playing some weird shit. Like
Okay, definitely. That's a Vega pick right there.
I thought they were gonna pick it first phase actually.
Do you pick Darkseer now for your LGD? Because you just banned Oracle.
That's one of their combos, right? They run the Ember, Darkseer, and then they pick what?
They don't have Earth Spirit, but what else?
Are they running Night Stalker at all?
They normally run Night Stalker against the Beastmaster.
I guess we're already an Ench, it doesn't really make that much sense.
Yeah. But it's really good here against the Puck and the Tyrion. What's a good hero is Puck. I mean, not Puck. Spear Breaker for the Nature's Prophet, but I would think that's more like a VP lineup.
I don't like SPM.
I've seen it work out in the last week of Dota.
Probably gonna Doom, right?
Doom. I think that's it.
Oh, what am I saying? Yeah, Line's still in. Line for the puck.
More of a
Yeah, that's...
classic.
No September said.
So Vega needs a one hero.
Oh, no,
Oh wait, no one's playing the puck. FM. What's FM? So puck mid, NP off lane.
Oh, if they pick Clinks now, then they can pick like Enigma or something, or Reed Jungler. Because their lanes are kind of good right now to get, you know, you're going to get a lot from fucking mid lane, you're going to get a lot from niche buff and off lane. So
They could just get something like safe, like a Zen or Gyro.
Seven is pretty strong. I don't really...
I mean, I think either's good because you want a BKB hero to just kill Ench in the fight.
Gyro might not be late game enough, but it fits Vega's kind of playstyle though.
I think you could run. You could run Clinks in like a more level dependent support maybe, just not like a straight jungler.
I'd be worried if they just pick like Animalist or something.
Vega?
Or Vega, no, they only have
That's the greed. That greed.
The greed, man.
Don't forget to put that water, for the water, when you guys are going to be on camera, you want to put it down.
Yep. Of course.
I called the wrong grade for Vega. I'm sad now. LGD, what do they need? Another good offlane against it would be... I still think it's Void.
You still
Void is
have
really good against Bishop.
you still have the sheet, the paper sheet.
Oh, I didn't bring it down. No, it was upstairs.
Question was, I can't remember. Do we throw straight to a break and then they come back out of the break to discuss the last series, or do we throw?
Not sure.
We talked about the game for like 20 seconds and then you just...
I know, yeah, we recount, but it's who do we throw to?
You're going to go back to the panel. It's only after the series ends, but it goes to an interview.
Okay, so after each game.
Oh, actually, no, I think you go to a break.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to a break.
Put a little counter into it. I want to make sure I was right on that.
Okay.
If you screw it up, it's not a big deal. Don't worry.
What hero? I don't see how it's not Darkseer. Or Void. They need their offlaner here.
Need their offlaner here. That's just... Jowie, it's Night Stalker. I don't think Night Stalker's good.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's decent against the puck in the nature.
Okay.
You talked about it. I agree with you.
It's because he can contest the lane so easily now because it's like Doom support. He's able to just run up there, like Witch Doctor +1 lane. Enchantress plus Night Stalker, they're going to be able to like walk over that lane a bit. Because there's no way the Ench is going to gank the puck, right?
Doom will eat the creep though, and depending on how fast he can get his level 3, because you want to have the Inferno Blade at level 2.
Yeah.
Or I didn't see people go for level 2.
Yeah, I always go 1-on-1.
So yeah. Wish I could click this. Let me see how much damage they do. What's the... I guess it just has to be gyro now for Vega, so probably LGD will win, and else is going to be too greedy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if they really could get...
Yeah, it's gyro. They banned the Zeus. That's like... That's the towel right there. But at the same time, Ench is so annoying versus gyro. They banned the Lycan.
Maybe they know something we don't.
And Lycan's a good ban. I mean, Puck, Furion, it's just, you don't want to get ran down too hard.
I mean, they're still spin, but I would still say Vega really like their Ursa, and they really like Gyro.
They haven't picked it anymore.
They don't pick it anymore.
They only used to pick it for Pasha.
Okay.
Maybe though. This looks
They
like...
normally keep picking Lycan.
I don't... Like, Clinks is bad now, so it could be Ursa.
Too greedy in the lane.
Bingo.
We got it.
We both got that. That was good.
We got the Night Stalker Ursa combo. So, LGD... Lion +1 to contest Nature's Prophet, or like they thought it was going to be Zeus mid, so maybe first go trade playing. Invoke or no? TA sucks, there's Doom.
I like this though, they got two nice frontliners. LGD needs another, like, I feel like a frontline hero.
Yeah,
there we go. Alright, man.
Oh, Frog, it's been a while. I'm not sure if I remember how to do this, so bear with me, but greetings and salutations, Dota fans. Welcome into our first game kicking off the Starladder I-League Invitational here in Kiev. It's actually my first trip to Kiev, and a hell of a place to bring back the remnants of what was a once very busy casting career, but not so much. But you and I have actually casted together. Last time, when was the last? It was actually the last LAN you casted, wasn't it? It was in Austin, Texas.
It was 2 years ago almost to date. It was in March, 2 years ago, so it'll be nice to be next to you again, man.
Enough about me. How about we talk about these two teams, LGD and Vega? So I'm going to be leaning on you quite a bit as we move through these games because, as mentioned, I kind of been out of it a little bit. Hopefully I still got the pipes, but I know you've got the knowledge. So talk to me about what you think this lane matchup's going to look like in all three lanes.
Well, LGD is going to have... they're going to have some pretty interesting to start out. Xiaoi's going to have to just find his levels. He's got boots already picked up on the Night Stalker for his offlane. So he's just going to do as much as he can versus the Ursa and the Witch Doctor because they know the Doom is going to start out in the jungle. So what I'm actually most interested to see, to be honest, is what this Doom is going to do because he's got the boots early. So is he really going to just try to mess with the Enchantress the most, or is he going to just try to zone out the Night Stalker at the start right away? But other than that, I'm really interested to see the this Death Prophet and this Ember Spirit.
Yeah, one thing whenever I, just looking at it straight up, yes, you've got Doom coming off at the Doom. You've got Ursa who really needs to be able to get on top of heroes that are held in place. In terms of dedicated disables, though, just flat-out stuns, not a lot of that on the side of Vega. How do you think they're going to go about allowing their two big melee cores in the Ursa and the Doom to get on top of heroes reliably?
They're just going to have to act like big frontliners. They really need to depend on this Puck Blink Dagger in order to start out the fights and then have other people follow up. And we do see Vega right away blocking this camp, so they don't want Night Stalker to be able to get any jungle. They missed the block.
Did they?
I'm fairly certain that's not intentional. But
wow, that's actually, that's going to be very surprising to them, and we're going to end up seeing Xiaoi get a lot more out of this lane. It should take a minute or two for them to realize, but as everyone heads to the lane, let's talk about who's on it. It will be Xiaoi heading into the off lane with the Night Stalker aggressive, already going to work on the Treants. He's on this Ember Spirit down at bottom, joined by MMY for LGD, who's on the Lion. Enchantress going to work in the jungle, as we can see September already clearing out that first camp, and of course on the, I want to make sure I keep an eye on this lane, because we do see Xiaolei playing very, very aggressive out in this offlane. How long do you think he's going to be able to play this bullying kind of a stance?
He should be fine. As long as he doesn't like play in the face of the Ursa, he should be okay to just sit here and get levels. Getting CS, probably not going to happen. But we do see September right away. He's going to be making the movement. He wants to secure Xiaolei levels, and now they know that this camp isn't blocked.
Yep. We can see September coming on over. They see it is clear. He will be moving on up that way. Let's talk about the mid matchup just for a minute. As was talked about, I mean, when you're talking about just the ability to zone each other out of lane, it's going to be a tough road to hoe for both of them.
Trying to go on top. Oh, the center stop misses, and now Solo in trouble.
Solo trying to make it away, going to cut through the trees. One more auto attack will bring him down. Can they get close? Yes, they get him with the Satyr. And
That's in some trouble, too. Oh, they got double Satyrs. They're going to go for the dive. But he should be okay now.
Yeah, he's got brown boots up, so he should be able to make it around. And, of course, the teleport back up. Very early kill, and we're going to see Solo back in the lane. But great start for LGD.
Yeah. It was really nice for Xiaolei to start with boots in this lane instead of going for that Iron Talon, which we've been seeing more. And I guess he expected his camp to be blocked, so he just went for the boots, and he knew that they had the greedy Doom. And it ends up working out perfectly for them with that beautiful rotation by September.
Back to mid, it's remained quiet at least for now. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye on top for the most part. In fact, I think I'm going to go back up there now, as we can see. It's going to be a challenge for the rune. Actually, it should be Zima. And we had a discussion about whether or not that was pronounced correctly, but yeah, he's able to grab the rune. In the meantime, Mag going to work. In terms of CS, we've got the Ember and the Ursa right at the top.
Yeah, Mag's doing a great job, though, in this offlane so far. I haven't really been getting the chance to see him play Furion too much. He's been sticking mostly to Beastmaster and, like, Batrider almost every single game because his Lone Druid gets banned out.
Right.
But he's had a little bit of a mess up with his trains at the start, but now it seems like the lane equilibrium has gone back in favor of LGD. But he does have level 3 on his way toward his phase boots.
So taking a look at the current skill build, we've got 101, level 3 for Night Stalker. Talk to me about how important you think one or more points in the Crippling Fear might be early. Whenever you're looking at the combat potential of Vega, you know, being able to lock the puck down for any amount of time is certainly very important. Is that something you think we'll see prioritized, or just something we'll see picked up just whenever it makes the most sense in a typical
He
match?
might just hang on to the point of level 4, but I would say he should probably just pick up the Crippling Fear. Unless he doesn't, you know, he's going to be, if he's spending his mana too much, he won't be able to use it. And
Right.
Oh, I'm getting punished a bit. Doing well though, 18 denies in that mid lane for the puck already.
Nature's Prophet, Mag, doing quite well down here as well. CS not the highest, it's sitting at 10, but it's right matched with the Death Prophet, so it's not as if he's not getting a whole lot done. And he's about to ding level 4, so his development down here has certainly gone very well. Ember Spirit, though, benefiting from a relatively uncontested lane, so his farm looking very sharp early on.
Yeah. I think the one thing that they have to watch out for, at least for maybe, is as soon as this puck hits level 6, I think he needs to have at least like a tango or something just in case the Furin wants to come in for a gank.
Well, everything has kind of settled down and gotten quiet for a little bit. 4-minute rune will be coming up, so maybe we'll see that change. Xiaolei eyeballing top rune, and at bottom it will be MMY heading down. But there will be a teleport in from Furion as well. Mag. He's got an eye on double damage. Is he going to take
Might just hold it for his puck.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, bottle's coming out. No, he tells him, you know what, I just got my bottle refilled, don't worry about it, take the rune.
With this double damage, you think has the cooldown 40 seconds on his teleport. I was going to say, is this a time where maybe you try to do something fancy, get Mag active out on the map?
It is definitely possible. There is no tango still on it, maybe, and puck is getting very, very close to 6. I'm curious to see when I see MMY move, if he decides to go for that top lane, or if we see September and Xiaolei decide to smoke up and go for that mid lane, or even go for the bottom lane and push that tower.
Yep, a little bit of damage upgrade on the way as well. You can afford phase boots as soon as he wants them. And FN now beginning to feel a little bit stronger. Seeing him get more aggressive. Orb of Venom in the phase boots means he's going to be more apt to dive. At what point do you think, do you play it super safe and not even worry about trying to sneak a Roche, or do you maybe try to do a little cloak and dagger action, get him in there at an unexpected time instead of just waiting for a team fight win?
I feel like in this game it'll be kind of obvious. You know, they have this Doom already jungling and Witch Doctor is in this top lane. If Ursa just disappears, then it's going to be pretty much, we know exactly where he's going to be. And LGD has a pretty decent team fight at the Roshan if they do have the DP ulti online.
There's an urn picked up for September, so he should be able to get pretty active relatively soon. But again, everything's staying pretty quiet. Solo did find level 4. He's got a 1-2-1 build, and he's got a little clap, a little applause, courtesy of the Hellbear, if he wants to use that for a little extra damage. But who do you think really is in the position here, Giannis, to want to break this map up? Everyone seems kind of happy with the status quo for now, but who do you think's under the gun to make a move before the other?
The fact that Jowlett's not really getting too much farm right now is kind of a little bit of a concern to me, just because Mag's getting a lot of levels and a pretty good amount of farm in that bottom lane.
Right.
But I want to see what they're going to do with this smoke, because it does seem like they want to use it right now. Passes in the ward, and okay, now he's just going to put another ward in there, I guess in the mid lane. So they already have one in enemy jungle.
6-minute rune, able to scare off no one. And Jowlett's able to hold that for maybe finds a regen rune. So
he's helping out his homie.
Staying calm, it's going to be Mag, who manages to snag the bounty rune down the bottom, beats him in Y there by about 2.5 steps. So, talk about Doom for a minute. What do you think the build's going to be looking at him? He's kind of been mobile, he's been all over the place. He's not in terrible shape, but he, in terms of having 9 CS, 10 CS now coming out of that jungle, he's going to want to get active a little more quickly and try to catch up a bit in farm. What do you think is going to be the approach there?
No one maybe getting gone on middle. Gets crippled, but I don't think they're going to be able to catch on him there. Yep. The Dooms tend to be going this like aura type build. They go these Tranquils, these Drum. Maybe if they get really lucky and get like more greedy, they go for these Lothars so they're able to get into the fights for the Doom. But yeah, it usually tends to be just these aura strats.
I'll tell you something was a little weird about that game from Zhao 8. He had enough, or damn near just about had enough, to have phase boots up. But they went on the puck mid. With phase boots, he might have been able to chase him down. But they're going to take a second try here. Still just sitting on brown boots. It's MMY. And Solo right there to head that off. Now they're going to go ahead and rotate up towards top. We'll see if this is just going to be a regular rotation, if they're going to try to make something happen here. The Ursa is short of level 6 as of right now.
Oh, they know.
Yep.
And look at them hiding at that tower. They just ping it right away, and they're like, yeah, they're making the move right now.
I think it'd be so chancy for them to try to dive this anyway. Within, one well-placed cast gets a good bounce or two, and suddenly one of your heroes is eaten up by an Ursa.
Yeah, LGD has to watch out for the return factor of Vega, because they do have Puck with a TP. He's level 6, and Furin has his 6 already with the ultimate. So Puck already rotating. They want to go for the play on Zhao 8.
Here we go. Heading up, no one there. Gonna orb his way in. There's gonna be the cast. Cast locks it down just long enough and brought down. That's gonna tie us up to 1-1. Lock committed there. No one freeing up that mid lane for a little bit. But Mag very happy to go ahead and take a little free CS and experience. In the meantime, maybe. Really, we haven't seen a whole lot out of him. He's coming up on level 8 though, so his level development is quite solid.
They want to take this bottom tower. Yeah. He gets the rune and he moves straight down there right away.
In terms of net worth, we can see things still pretty tight in terms of all the cores. The Ember Spirit is a little bit further ahead, but here we go. Maybe an aggressive, making a run at the tower. Should drop relatively quickly. In the meantime, we can see Witch Doctor.
MMY getting gold right now.
Yep, right under his own tier 1. As the Witch Doctor was there to pursue him back, but not even needed as they just locked him down to begin with. And they're just going to go ahead and seed this tier 1 bottom for free while they trade out the tier 1 mid. I don't know, September's there, might be able to hold it off a little while.
Yeah, LGD is going to respond to this. They're no way going to let that tower drop, and maybe picks up the last hit on the tower. If he wants to finish up his drums, he can. If not, maybe he'll save for his Yules or whatever he decides to pick up then. This board has been really nice for LGD though. They're keeping eye on Solo this whole time, so they're able to be aggressive on that bottom lane, take the tower, and now they know we can defend our mid tower. There's no Doom ramping on us. They still have a bit of a greedy lineup on Vega.
Speed agreed. Vega continuing to just jungle the Ursa. And they are going to be able to gang goal pretty quickly. Anytime they can make any kind of space on the map with the Doom and the Ursa able to just both jump into the jungle, they're going to be able to be very, very farm efficient. And how do you think LGD deals with that? Do we see them take maybe a more disruptive approach, or just slow and steady wins the race here? Wait for the ultimates, wait for a little bit of item development, a few key core items, and then just go fight as 5 guns pointing down one lane?
They're probably just going to run into their lane. They have the wards in the enemy jungle, and they already took this bottom tower out, so there's not really anything to be gained down here already. So I'm assuming, yeah, Aggressive's probably just going to make his way. Actually, he might go bottom, because Zhao's still just showing top. So we do see, like you were saying, they're going to go for that Roshan right now. Yep. He gets the Mask of Madness up on Ursa. That's the Rosh get taken out quickly, but September, very aware of this, already has a Centaur camped out.
Yeah, it's going to be spotted, and we'll see how chancy they feel about it. Puck's coil is up, a little low on mana though. Might be, yeah, he doesn't have any charges either, neither on his wand or in the bottle. And no, actually, he picked up a rune just in time, so he'll be able to fight if they do decide to converge here. LGD now going to move in that general direction.
Oh, they're faking it. They smoke right away. LGD's going to fall for this.
Oh, and look, Mag even showing that. There we go. Nice 3-man coil. There's going to be a very nice stun to slow things down. And then why staying out front? In the meantime, they're trying to chase down Aggressive, who has been doomed. F-N right on his tail, able to bring him down. And the rest of LGD turning to do a little bit of damage, but eventually just going to have to bail out, as it's going to be a 4-1 advantage now for Vega off of that. And no! There's September being blocked by the Treant. There's going to be one cast. Do they have the damage? They're going to have to damage him through Nature's Attendance. Very tough at this level, especially with 2 points in the Untouchable. Looks like he will make it away.
That was good. That was great by September, though. He just bought so much time for his teammates to respawn. There's no way they can go into that rush and just try to sneak it, even though they have 2 people dead. And now the really good thing is that maybe didn't end up dying. So he has his ultimate up if they do try to go for that Roshan again. Now we're going to see it slow down a little bit. Vega, who's had a really nice move, nice and cheeky, goes in there, smokes once the creep is down. LGD falls for it. Beautiful ward there for Vega too, so they saw them all coming in, they get a great coil, they get the doom on the target that they wanted, they pick up the kills they needed.
And really, that's the first big break we've seen in terms of advantage either way. We've been kind of hovering between 1,000 gold advantage for each team as we now approach 12 minutes in. Who do you think? I mean, it's really easy to look at that last line go 4-1, but outside of the immediate happenings, how do you feel about LGD and their position in the game right now? Have they accomplished enough objectives, but they're still going to be on relatively even ground as we get closer to 15 and 20 minutes in?
They should still be all right. They have everyone sitting about like pretty even net worth across the board, both teams, both cores, all 3 cores. MMY falling a little bit behind on levels, Zhao 8 as well, but now we have the second Knight kicking in, and he's able to make his move. He's got a point booster built up as well, so he's a little bit tanky, but yeah, only level 6 on that Night Stalker, while the Furion is level 8 with phase and drums already.
Blink coming out on the puck, and this might be a time where they're going to be wanting to get pretty active pretty quickly. Reveal that in a way that actually secures them a kill, but so far, I mean, we're seeing LGD, I think, playing a pretty good game of cat and mouse. They're managing to poke and prod and keep Vega on the defensive despite being down a little bit, but they're not really exposing themselves, it doesn't seem. It seems like they're not giving a lot of opportunities to Vega to capitalize.
Vega saw LGD going to set up for this tower with this lane ward, so let's see if they do decide to respond with this puck blink dagger. LGD seems a bit afraid to just overcommit here. They don't have line 6 yet. Vega's well aware of that. They see him in the mid lane. So again, September is just doing a beautiful job right now. Keeps creeps in there all the time. And now puck, maybe another smoke. Yeah, they go for another one. I think that's all 3 smokes for Vega already.
If they can get a nice silence on the Ember, that'd be a huge kill for them to find. Let's see who's got the quicker fingers. They've got the Doom ready there. No, he missed him with the initial. Now he's going to be caught out. Can he make it away? No! He's going to be able to try to win it away. Doesn't matter as they make that a double kill. 6-1 now, and more importantly, bringing down arguably the 2 most important cores on the side of LGD at this stage of the game, the Ember and the Death Prophet. They're going to get a tower out of this for very easy money as well.
Yeah, now it's looking quite good for Vega. They, like I said, they had that lane ward. They saw the approach coming, and LGD, they didn't even seem certain that they wanted to push that. They were kind of like, stutter stepping, going back and forth. So very good awareness there by Vega, knowing they can just go for that instead of going for this rush, which it seems like LGD is, or September at least, is very concentrated on not letting them get that.
Oh yeah. The Roshan, on the Dire side, it's a huge advantage to have, and certainly with an Ursa you can take advantage of anything, but that is one point that I think has allowed LGD, despite losing 2 major team fights in a row, to keep themselves together. If they were up against that Aegis and another push that would be coming right now, it might be a little more difficult, but I think they can reset and just look to take that one big win they need. Net worth-wise, though, we are beginning to see the separation between the teams. The Ursa's number 1 on the board at 5,500, almost 56, 52 for the Prophet, and right at 52 for the Puck as well. Ember beginning to fall behind, about 700 gold below those, 700 to 1,000 gold below those cores of Vega. And, they got eyes on Solo, actually. They're going to be able to chase him down. That's pretty close, and he's pretty tanky, so not able to grab him, but scared the hell out of it.
Oh, Invis Puck, he has everything up, but nobody's in the position to go for this. Very nice ward there, again, by LGD, keeping wards in the enemy jungle, just able to take a pick off once they see everybody start moving out of that jungle. Also, Vega has been putting some very deep wards as well. Once they took that top tower, they placed one behind the tower, so they're able to see once Vega decides to go, or once they see LGD trying to go for that tower. But Aggressive is solo pressuring that while the rest of his teammates just go for that mid lane tower. No one's still in position though with that blink dagger. LGD looking a bit afraid.
The Prophet can be there in a flash as well. Here we go. He's going to initiate three-man coil. Are they able to follow it up? MMY buying some time. And here comes Solo. And there's going to be the Death Ward doing damage from up high. Solo being chopped down, though. And now aggressive back off the rim. They continue to do damage. Another blink in from No One as he's able to get off of silence. Maybe one more right click. No. Needs a little more damage. Doesn't matter. No One's going to go and find him. Needs a lot of damage himself. And that's rain. Maybe. Just an absolute punching bag, able to distract, able to bring down, and that's going to allow LGD to come out of that not feeling quite as bad, and it's going to once again turn FN away hungry as he ducked into the Roche pit, but just can't stay in there confidently.
Yeah, it was great positioning there from LGD, like knowing, they knew right there that we can't be too overconfident for this tower. If we get wiped here, it's going to be horrible. They were staying in a good defensive positioning. No One overcommitted a little bit with that coil, I feel like, but then going for this kill, I guess it was perfectly fine. Like, who's going to expect maybe he's going to live with 30 HP, gets the Spirit Siphon off, strength treads, everything just ends up going in his favor.
It looks like Vega might be getting a little sick and tired of this pit being dominated by everyone but them.
Again,
once again. And they may just go for it this time. Just saying, you know what, there was just a big fight, we're still ahead, and we've got the trance.
They saw the rotations top as well. They saw Zhao Wei and aggressive before they showed in the lane with that ward. They know that this is going to be a free rush. The Death Prophet ult was expended the last fight as well. They're able to fight much faster than LGD is, especially if the Death Prophet ultimate is used. And now Mag picked up a mech as well, so that is a big advantage that they're going to have over LGD, because LGD, unless the Enchantress goes for a mech, they're not going to have a mech carrier.
Yeah, I really do like this approach to Prophet. I mean, a lot of ways you can build him in the current meta, but taking this approach, especially on the same side as the Doom, where you're taking pressure off of your other heroes, allowing them to focus on items, while you have heroes like the Prophet going drums, going with the mechanism, and it's going to allow Doom to prioritize another item after his own drums. So, yeah, I think it feels like Vega's in pretty good shape. We can see that LGD, being able to turn that last fight and at least keep it reasonable, did manage to keep this game in hand. They were just about 4,000 gold down overall, and now that's cut down to 2,000. So LGD, even though they're taking a lot of blows, they're able to they're keeping the gloves up. They're able to keep the game extended. Now, let's assume, Jan, that this goes, say to 35, 40 minutes, and we continue on the same track. Vega winning some fights, but LGD able to stand tall. Do you think LGD's lineup can stand up to Vegas at that point, or does it surpass it?
It definitely, because it's going to be really hard for Vega to break high ground unless they get pickoffs. The Ember Spirit and Death Prophet, they have good amount of spam between those two. But if they do get even like one pickoff, they're able to push the high ground with the Furion. So it's really going to be up to LGD to be very careful with how they're positioned.
Well, they're going to be held by that, by Zhao Wei, who's now just about 3/4 of the way to a Scepter. So able to control night vision, able to control just generally the ability to manipulate the battlefield. And it looks like Vega wants to make something happen here mid again. That tower's just going to drop for free. And doesn't look like there's going to be any real reprisal from LGD. They're currently continuing to hang back, teleport in from No One. Let's see if they want to smoke or do something a little more cheeky. Aggressive split pushing out on the bottom lane, but Vega not willing to commit too much. They're just going to send FN over to far. So, once again, everything kind of settled down. 12 kills in an 18-minute game, so it's been relatively quiet. And like you said, I think that does, in a way, favor LGD quite a bit. I mean, like, Vega is getting to that point now where they've earned themselves a lead, they've earned themselves some momentum, and they are about to earn themselves some map control if they can manage to take this Tier 1 bottom, and it looks like that's going to be the goal. But before long, they're going to have to start pushing a little deeper, I think, and maybe moving a little faster with a little bit more determination and urgency.
Yeah, the one scary thing always is going to be that they have a Doom on their lineup, and this isn't a core Doom, it's a 4 Doom, which is going to become basically a core, because if he gets the Doom out on the Ember Spirit in these team fights, it's going to be completely disastrous, as well as if he gets it on the Death Prophet. If Death Prophet's not able to get lots of Spirit Siphons up there in team fights, he's just going to be able to get locked down and blown up by the Ursa.
It's a nice deny by Mag in middle, so no full credit, only half credit for LGD. And Vega may just keep pushing here, and I wouldn't blame him. Mag looks like he's going to be going with a Maelstrom, so going with that fast attack speed build. Age is still up on FN. Not sure, I'm honestly not even sure how much longer he has, but it can't be too much longer. What do you think the play is here if you're Vega? 2 minutes.
It looked like they wanted to get enemy wards down in the enemy jungle, but now I guess they just decided not to. They got one decent deep ward here, and then they just backed up and they're like, you know what, let's just farm it out. Their lanes weren't really in a great position. This top lane is giving a lot of information right now. LGD is pressuring this lane and nobody's showing, so this basically tells them that Vega's either right here in the mid lane or in the bottom lane somewhere, which wouldn't really make too much sense right now because Zhao Weight's pushing up so far he should be dead.
Yeah, they're going to let him continue to push. He does have bots up, so he'll be able to come to the fight quickly if needed. Vega, I feel like Vega needs to pick a spot and go. They're beginning to get into this weird range of they're playing 5-man Dota without actually doing team fights, and now they're going to go ahead and commit to this tier 2, at least for the moment here in mid.
Yeah, they want to just get something out of this Aegis. They don't want it to be wasted completely. They should be able to get this tower out, but Aggressive doing a good job of getting some tower damage top.
No one came in when looking for a target. And yeah, this tower's going to continue to stand. In the meantime, the Ember Spirit has been able to just continue going to work up here.
Yeah, they both have their Yules finished up on the mid laners. Yules on the Death Prophet, Yules on the Puck.
Yep, they're going to send 2 up, so that's going to be an abandoned push. I think that's largely a win for LGD across the board. They were able to hold serve, not lose anybody, and get that core Ember some very nice farm.
Yeah. It's an interesting approach by September as well. He knows that he needs to keep his Ember Spirit and his Death Prophet away from this Doom, away from this Ursa. So he goes for this 4-step instead of this mech. Pretty interesting pickup there by September.
Maelstrom now done for the Nature's Prophet. I really like this slow build-up. You know, you're talking items. I mean, yes, of course they're mid-game to a certain extent, but it's a natural progression that makes the Prophet not only more survivable, but now his push power is high, and he's going to be able to contribute quite a lot if they can guarantee the heroes they either lock down or lock down. Uh-oh, Mag being chased down. He's going to be silenced out, and this should be the end of him. LGD as a team able to blow him up, as maybe he'll take full credit for the kill, but now Vega with a smoke of their own heading down mid, and yep, they're going to find up on the high ground too. Nope, never mind, they just got aggressive. Thought I saw a second one up there. Instead though, just the Ember is certainly still worth it.
And he just ticks out at the same time.
Very nice.
But still, now they're able to claim these Ancients that the Ember Spirit was about to farm. He was very close to his Battle Fury as well. Great movements there. This another ward paying off greatly for Vega. And now Solo, he's still smoked as well.
That's going to go ahead and fade. Let's see if he's going to run Zhao 8 right on top of him, as a matter of fact. And yeah, looks like they're just going to turn their backs on each other. Yeah,
Furion's still not up. He can't play aggressive at all here. And now, he's going to get cut off by the Enchantress. Is it going to be enough, though? It should be once Night Stalker gets slow, and yeah, he is dead.
This is actually just a very valuable free kill for LGD. And, you know, this is you're getting into this situation where LGD is really making the most of their opportunities. You're not seeing them miss many opportunities. In a lot of cases, they're even able to turn fights that look lost just based on one good play or one very, very sharp moment of decision making. So 6-9, Vega maintains that kind of a lead. But I do feel like we're hitting a stalemate period for Vega. How are they going to break out of that?
What they were doing was fine. I mean, getting that smoke up and getting that Ember was perfect. But then I really don't even know what Solo was going for there, because his Furion wasn't up. There's no way he can get a solo kill. And they didn't see anybody else on the other lanes. He had to know that at least 2 people were there. Very, very interesting play there by Solo.
And Battle Fury is going to be done very soon. Very close there. But Battle Fury is going to be done soon. At what point do you think this Ember really starts wanting to fight as opposed to farm?
Yeah, probably once he gets the Battle Fury. He'll be able to fight, pretty well. And now they have the Night Stalker Aghanim's picked up. Once they have a gem, they're going to be able to clear these aggressive wards out of their jungle, and then they can actually push out a bit more confidently. And we do have MMY picking up the Blink Dagger on the line as well, so he's set up in the enemy jungle, and it looks like LGD is ready to take a bit of an aggressive stance, even though nighttime is ending.
I was going to say,
they do have darkness, though.
I didn't see when he picked that Blink up. Has that been shown? Is that something that Vega's aware of?
I think they caught it with this ward, or at least they should have, because he walked right through it.
Smoke out. One way or another, LGD wants to test the Blink.
Yeah, they know, LGD pretty much knows exactly where Vega is again, because they just saw this Doom showing bottom, and they don't see anybody going for this top lane when Aggressive was pushing very aggressively. And now Zhao Wei pops the darkness. Oh no, gonna get caught on, the ward.
Vega's there, had 3, and wisely decided to pull back. They could have maybe grabbed F in there, so losing the puck not great, but probably better than losing the Ursa at this stage. And really, Ursa's BKB has come out, which is nice, but I wonder if that's going to be a big enough item for them as we're beginning to see this aggressiveness really show itself.
Yeah, maybe he's already got his Ghost Scepter. He's got the items he needs to be able to deal with this Ursa at this point. He's got his Ghost Scepter, he's got his Euros, his teammates have Force Fs to bail him out, the line has a Blink Dagger already, they should have vision of the jumps with Zhao 8 as long as he's positioned in the front, and they're able to do this four-man siege right now. Puck is down, they're getting plenty of damage on tower. Vega is in a position where they're like, we don't really know what to do right now, we can't really do anything, we don't want to get caught out. Ember Spirit's getting farmed, pushing lanes out. So now, Vega's pretty much, as you can see, on completely locked on their side of the map for now, and these completely aggressive wards by LGD are going to continue doing so.
You know, and it's weird to think how they got into this position. Again, it's not that they've really blown anything. I mean, you can look at any of the metrics you care for, and they're still technically ahead. It's much more that LGD has just been given a little bit more rope, I think. And there we go. There's the gem that you had mentioned. So LGD going to be able to not only maintain control of their side of the map, but make sure they're able to put even more pressure onto Vega's side. But we are going to have a Roche respawn here soon. And this could be a make-or-break Roche if we end up having another big fight around it. Vega, I think, really needs a win at this point. If you look at the gold graph and team worth, experience, etc., we're damn near back to 0. That's not where Vega wanted this game to be, as we're now at 26 minutes.
Yeah. Doom does pick up this Blink Dagger now, which could, they see it right away, so it's not going to come as a surprise, but either way, like I was saying before, if he does get that Doom on the Ember Spirit or the DP, it can be absolutely devastating for LGD.
And missing it, actually, is devastating in return. Yeah. Like, just total lack of dedicated lockdown of reliable stuns on the side of Vega. They are really hinging on the Waning Rift and the Doom to control the movement of LGD in these fights.
It's just so hard to contest the Ursa Roshan though, so yeah. LGD is just, they're in no position to defend this. Their lanes are decent, Aggressive's probably going to get a tower here, and he might get doomed. Oh, he doesn't have a Remnant down.
There we go, Solo giving chase, he's got help on the way, TP's going to be there, that's going to be Sayama, and they're going to catch him. This is an easy kill, and this is actually disastrous for LGD. Again, it looked like they were really in the position they wanted to be in until just about the last 30 seconds. They give up a Roshan and lose that Ember, who was looking so good. He will be going with a Yasha coming up next. Did spend his gold, so not the end of the world, I don't suppose, but either way, he's down and off the map for a minute now.
And that's a very uncharacteristic mistake there for Aggressive. He didn't even, every single time he's gone to that top lane so far, and almost every time he plays Ember Spirit, he always puts the Remnant down. Doom has a long cast time now with the Doom, so with the Blink Dagger, you're able to get your Remnant off every single time.
There you go, once again. They get a window. Face up, down mid. And
nice armor as well for Doom.
They're able to drop towers so quickly. Whenever they have everyone on them anyway. The Prophet kind of hanging around the periphery. There's that heal from the Witch Doctor. Me and you and the other casters were talking about it. Just how damn strong. Hang on. Waning Rift's going to go in. In the meantime, the Prophet able to save himself. No one eats a finger in the face. And now trying to turn it around. And they do manage to find Zhao 8. Spirit Siphon is there, but not enough to hold everything together. They only lose one on the side of LGD, but they do lose the tower. And Vega, happy to take that for what it was worth. It looked like it could have been much worse, actually, and LGD managing that, but nonetheless, Vega increased their lead.
Like I was saying, Vega needs those pickoffs to go for those towers. It's just the most advantageous positioning for them. They even made maybe blow his ult there, which is a huge win for them. They're going to know we have 2 minutes right now. There's no Death Prophet ulti. We still have Aegis on Ursa. Our puck is catching back up. Doom just got a pick off on that Ember, which is huge. Blink Dagger, he's got another 1,800 gold. This is looking much better for Vega now, just after that quick momentum swing.
Basher out now on the Ursa, which again, just kind of playing into the theme we've been talking about, just how important it is for Vega to try to keep control of the map, especially like you had mentioned, looking at even the build of maybe his survivability with the Euros and so on and so on. Having the Basher there, even though it's RNG, just to give you another second or two of having a target held in place is actually so important to this team.
Yeah, the Basher is great, but the big thing is when he gets that Abyssal Blade, he's able to go for those even solo pickoffs if he's in the right position with double Fury swipes.
Right.
Or double overpower, sorry.
Looks like we could have a chance for some action as LGD skirting around the outside of their own safe lane. Vega has set up shop down there. They've got everyone but the Doom down there, and now they're going to go ahead and teleport him in. So it looks like they want to try to make something happen. Vlad's is going to be the item pickup on the Doom, so continuing with the aura approach, as you had mentioned.
He also got an Alpha Wolf in this last situation in the jungle instead of sitting on that Ogre creep, so his team's going to be hitting a lot harder with that Vlad's and the Alpha creep. He did, however, I was going to point this out earlier, I just kind of forgot. He threw his drum charges extremely quickly in this game, which is good. It's always a great thing if you have your drum, you might as well use it to get kills or to get away every single time.
Vega, really nuts. Coming up against any kind of a fight here for this Tier 2, so this is going to be for free. And I think they're going to be happy to trade away 193 HP Tier 2 at their own top. So we'll see what the play is going to be. Are they going to push through? Yeah, they continue to show themselves in lane. They're going to try to force the TPs. There is a remnant there already for aggressive.
Yeah, smart move there. Like I said, taking advantage of the fact that the Death Prophet ulti was still down, they're able to just, they don't need the pick off in that situation to just go for this tower.
With it coming back up, though, it looks like they do want to reset and pick a better moment. Yeah, Aegis shouldn't be up for too much longer. And if you're LGD, you're finding yourself, again, kind of on a little bit further behind than you were a minute ago. What's the pivot here? How do you turn this around?
They're not feeling, I don't think they're feeling too pressured still. They still feel like they're getting their items. They're picking up Ghost Scepter now on the Night Stalker. The beauty is that he's not losing this gem. They're able to keep control, at least of their side of the map, constantly. And then since they've been able to at least run through the enemy jungle a few times, they know that Vega doesn't have much vision on this map. They have the vision advantage still. So at least they have that going for them. And now, once they do have the Death Prophet ulti up, they're going to feel pretty powerful to fight. He's getting pretty close to that Octarine core as well.
And continuing to stick together a little bit. It looks like Vega, for the moment, quite happy to sit back and farm a bit. And it looks like, Jolly is poking very deep here.
Just getting that info. And he sells something for the Octarine. He's got it already.
I think LGD want a little more out of this. They don't just want the info, they want to go on solo. Caught out, there's some follow-up. TPs are coming in, doesn't matter. Burst damage a little too strong for LGD as they get a free one there. He's down for 50 seconds, and they're going to be able to take a Tier 2 off of that.
Yeah. The ward again in the enemy jungle from LGD was able to see the Furion there farming. They see the Witch Doctor fighting creeps top, and beautiful rotation there from Xiaowei getting the penetration, wrapping around the tower. And now they do have a Death Prophet level 3 ultimate with an Octarine core, so the cooldown will be reduced once he uses it right away, and they're going to be able to punch down this tower. There is Glyph for the side of Vega.
Worth mentioning, the Aegis was just reclaimed as well.
That's pretty scary.
They're at least going to get it down halfway. Prophet trying to do some cutesy stuff in mid, and that might be enough for them to just take the tower damage and stick a bit. Glyph is still there, as you had mentioned. A little spread out now as they send aggressive back. And yeah, it looks like they are going to go ahead and turn tail.
That's a long TP.
Ooh, very close call. Puck not able to get it down quickly.
He dropped the coil too.
Yep. That coil cooldown, 70 seconds. I think they'll be okay with that.
Yeah, not the biggest deal, but that would have been a huge pickup to get there, because then they would have had the Death Prophet down right after he used his ultimate. They would have been able to at least push a little bit onto the enemy side of LGD.
Aggressive starting to feel pretty scary, man. Yeah. Boots of Travel, Manta, and Battle Fury. It seemed like he was slow out the gate, but everything has come relatively quickly after that. And we can see, just take a talk. We haven't talked kills really on who's been focused on this. The Ember Spirit is 0-4-3. So really tough game for him. Nonetheless, his farm seems to be pretty close to where he'd want it to be at 32 minutes.
Yeah, like you were mentioning, you were saying, when's this Ember Spirit going to be ready to fight?
Yep.
The way with their lineup works, I guess, that they were deciding is they just need to run as 4. The Lion, the Night Stalker, the Death Prophet, and the Enchantress can run together while Aggressive just deals with this Furion split push, keeps his lanes out. As long as he keeps these lanes for LGD pushed out past the river, they get so much information. They're going to know every time where Vega is. So here, showing both cores, they have vision as well in the jungle of the Witch Doctor. They know all of Vega's in their jungle. So they're content with doing whatever the hell they please right now.
I definitely feel like LGD is getting the better of the war of efficiency. It seems like Vega, at all times, regardless of where they are on the map, wants to be clustered together in groups of 3 to 5, whereas I think we're seeing LGD take advantage of the boots of travel on aggressive, the innate mobility of maybe, and he's not able to teleport around, but just his ability to move, farm camps, and still be right back in position for a fight if needs be. I do feel like LGD is doing a better job at just milking the map for all it's
Exactly. Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing. Great point. out there.
Vega showing it. No one's going to go. He gets a two-man coil.
Hex though.
Oh, here we go. FN manages to get some damage. There's going to be a bash, and that's going to be a downed Enchantress. 1-for-1 puck for Enchantress so far. The ult still doing work, and that's beautiful, James.
Gets the Doom on aggressive, but there's no one there with him.
And whole solo behind enemy lines, and this is a huge turn of events for LGD. They're continuing to pursue down Mag. Mag is going to traps himself in with the beast, but able to make his way back out. Will they get him? The damage, nothing. There's a regen rune. Oh, Mag.
What just happened?
I have no idea. Did he glitch out? I was thinking maybe I missed it. Like I was seeing, how did he get out of the trees?
I think I guess the tree and the campfire or something inside with Xiaohui just pushed him out, and he lives. That was miraculous.
I'm glad you jumped in with that because I wouldn't have said a word. I've been away too long. I wanted to make sure I wasn't hallucinating things. But yeah, that was bizarre. Either way, LGD draws it to the closest kill score since the very first blood. They've been behind more than one kill every moment since then.
Yeah.
Except now they've also regained the lead in gold and experience for the first time in nigh on 20 minutes. So it's been a little bit of a war of attrition for them. But, again, their efficiency, their ability to poke without overexposure, it's really paid off in Vega with a big misstep there.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier as well, they don't really have too many stuns on the side of Vega, so aggressive he's able to really do whatever he wants in this game. He's farming so much, and if the puck doesn't get a beautiful jump with the Doom in those fights, we see what happens.
Yep.
He didn't get the silence on the line, he only got the coil, and MMY, he's just one of the best lines you can say, and he got the instant hex up on the puck. They blew him up instantly. Sure, Ursa killed an Enchantress, but what do you really get out of that? You're killing this basically Thor Enchantress who hasn't really been doing too much in this game. He's just kind of doing his own thing. While LGD just gets a full team wipe.
I think you highlight something is, you look at the Enchantress play from September. I think it's been deceptive. He's been impacting the map in more subtle ways than the overt, like, oh, he's ganking a lot, he's doing this. His ability to control vision, the fact that he delayed that first Roshan for Vega as long as he did, just by constantly having vision down there. It's really made a difference and bought LGD the time they needed to find themselves in the position they're in. Speaking of the position they're in, it is one that's looking for a fight as they're going to rattle their sabers a bit down mid and trying to hope they'll find someone coming out. Mag using his treants. Are they going to go? Oh, there it is! Oh, beautiful two-man stun. The coil's there, but can they follow it up? The damage not coming as quick as they would like, but FN able to change that around. Xiaohui able to go separate himself to safety, and LG continues to get doomed. Doom on the maybe, as well as Sama throwing down the ultimate aggressive as well. They're going to be able to find him as NMY now once again caught out. And that's a huge turnaround for Vega. So right now, it's just haymaker for haymaker, my friend. And that's going to be a triple kill for FN's Ursa. And
Roche is about to come up.
Oh, you're right. That's such a fortuitous respawn. And they know it. They're just going to hang and wait.
Yep. Perfect timing to pick up the Abyssal Blade there. He gets it on the Ember Spirit once he goes in. And I think this Ember is going to need probably Lincolns pretty soon instead of going for this Daedalus. Puck picks up his own Lincolns. But yeah, perfect play there from Solo. He just jumps on top of maybe. They had a great coil there. It takes out Xiaohui, pushes him out of the fight right away. MMY isn't able to get too much off. You said the beautiful two-man stun, but still, no one just coming in with like a three-man Dream Coil, 2 or 3-man silence, able to isolate down everybody. Death Prophet's caught in the middle of 4 heroes where he didn't want to be while he's doomed. Sure, he had his ulti on and he has the Octarine Core, but there's no way it's enough to deal with this Ursa with all his damage already.
And with the proceeds of that last engagement, Prophet able to finish, Mag able to finish a very important item. We've harped all game about reliable stun, reliable disable. He finds himself a Hex. So having a Hex to rely on now, and just the way Hex works in tandem with Ursa, if they're able to, it just gives them more options. They don't have to rely on hitting the Doom or the Silence. Now, if they're quick-fingered enough, they'll be able to take aggressive out of the fight at least for a few seconds with the Hex, and that can buy them time to land the stun. So. Yeah. That was such an important fight, man. I feel like it completely changed where they stand on the map.
Yeah, LGD got a little bit too clumped up. That was just basically what happened. Vega knew that it was happening as well because of the way the lanes were positioned and nobody was showing. So just very good awareness overall by Vega there. And yeah, picking up a bunch of items that they really, really desperately need. And now since Ember Spirit did have that Manta, this Hex, like you were saying as well, is just even more useful because he could have broken out of the silences, but now he can't break out of the Hex.
Well, Ursa sitting on about 2,000 gold in an Aegis. What's the play here? What do you think the item build's going to be? And holy moly, a lot of damage just picked up for aggressive.
He goes for the Daedalus.
Yep.
As long as he's alive, it's going to be hard for Vega to push up. They need to get a pick off in order to break that high ground. And we're gonna see these constant sleight of fist and crypt swarms, and I really don't think that they can break the high ground unless somebody's dead, or unless they get like a great catch.
It looks like they want to try to lock the map down. I don't blame them that much for this. I mean, again, Boots of Travel pickup was the item selection for FN. Not going to help them with high ground, but certainly will help them as the game extends. So maybe just trying to hedge their bets a little there.
Yeah. We saw the line drawn by Solo to push out the mid lane, so Fury now going to ult the waves in and just, they're going to keep LGD trapped in their base. They're going to just try to do the economy war for now. They do have the cheese and the Aegis though. Eventually they are going to want to be able to take a fight or go for something with that.
Yeah, FM just continuing to farm as you mentioned. And, I was going to say, if you're LGD, are you happy to just sit in this position and just wait for the inevitable tier 3 push, or do you want to do something a little sneaky to try to prevent them from taking as long as they're going to be able to and milk them out?
Solo, very far out of position here.
Oh, he's going to be caught and silenced. Aggressive right there behind him. Damage is there. Again, that's the second time we've looked at one of his kills and just said, what's he even trying to accomplish there?
Yeah, pushing way too far alone. He did have the Witch Doctor behind him. I guess maybe he thought that he was going to get glimmered and get out, but they know that they know that the gem is still there on the Night Stalker.
Yeah, I
just greedy. Maybe he didn't realize that his teammates had gotten out so quickly. He just wanted to go for like one more wave or one or two more creeps. But either way, these kills give a lot. They give LGD so much time to push out these lanes, and it's just
the fact that they're able to come out of their base and farm. I mean, if you have 2 cores back farming in your jungle, but you're still showing
setting up on aggressive.
Up, here we go. Will they find him? Yep, there's the X.
Orb off the mark. Don't think they have the damage here.
Oh, he's able to manta after the waning rift and will be able to make it away. There's a blink on top of
Dire Remnants, but there's no more Sprout.
Oh, he actually didn't get the Searing Chains either, but like I said, didn't matter. That, the last couple of minutes it felt a little disorganized from Vega, I think, and LGD's benefiting a lot from that, just wasting the time of Vega and able to continue to follow up with their own item progression.
Yeah. Shiva's almost finished up for maybe. They're hitting a lot of their timings. Like this, he's still getting a lot of farm on aggressive. MMY finishes up a Euros, which is going to be huge. He's able to kite so much more, remove the silences, be able to actually be more of a nuisance in these fights if he does get caught a bit out of position, like what happened at the last fight.
Last out of tier tower. About to drop is Vega. Will take it quickly. And now LGD and Vega find themselves staring very close to each other. We can take a look at the gold graph and see it's less than 1,000 golden experience separating the teams. All the outer tier towers have been cleared off by both sides. And Vega, is this the one? Is this the time? 2-man silence from the Death Clock.
Oh, Mag blinks in, Hex.
Oh, that's so aggressive. Mag eating a lot of damage. Will be able to make it back because of the glimmer. They do follow up. He eats the cheese, keeps himself alive. They're going to follow that up. They find aggressive. He does drop. And now Vega, with Ursa out front, able to keep the aggression up and aggressive forced to buy back. That's such a big deal as his net worth was beginning to really surpass everyone else on the map. And now forcing the buyback there, not quite as good as a tier 3. I'm sure they wish they could have gotten, but keeping their cores on par with that Ember is so very important now.
Yeah. I feel like they need to go for like an F-Blade or something on one of their heroes just to get this Ursa off of them. Because he right there, you saw, he just completely chunked down aggressive by himself.
Yep.
Sure, the Doom had the auras there as well, but that Abyssal Blade is becoming quite an issue.
Looks like it will be a completed Mjolnir from Mag. That should be done here sometime soon.
You get a smoke now coming out from LGD. Looks like they want to catch Vega off guard. They know the cheese was expended. Aegis is well gone. This is definitely their time to do something. They know they extended their buyback. This is kind of crazy. This is a bit crazy. Yeah, it's make or break, really.
Like if they go for this and not only lose the fight, especially if aggressive dies, it's basically the game's in the bag unless Vega just drops the ball. So I love the guts.
They're gonna catch Seoma here.
Here we go. Going on in Seoma. They are able to bring him down very quickly. 64 seconds he's down, and he does have buyback if it's needed.
The backdoor is actually off. He's trying to get some poke damage. There we go.
There's
Lips forced.
The Ursa is ready to teleport back whenever he needs to.
Shiva's finished up for maybe, and also it looks like aggressive is going to go for the Scotty. He picked up an Orb of Venom at base, but he did use his buyback. He's quite a long ways away from that.
This is going to be the melee racks dropping for free.
Buyback from Witch Doctor. They get the Hex on maybe. Great 4-staff there for September.
And again, small things from September. His 4-staffs have been on point. 2-man coil though. Will catch September. Maybe trying to just hang
No
around.
DP ulti. They have to get out. They have to just ditch. There's no way they can save anybody here.
So they end up giving away one.
They did get the racks though.
Yeah.
They got a melee racks, and now Aggressive's able to push out this top lane a bit, get that farm that he used for the buyback.
It was high risk, again, with his buyback down and the gold he had just invested, but they're going to have to be ready to fight now. DP ult will be back off cooldown when she comes up.
Does he go for the F blade here on Jelly? Let's see.
I'd love to see it.
Nope, he's going to go for it. Just Lotus Orb or AC. It's not. I don't think it's his position to really go for that. Probably on the September. Or even on the Death Prophet in a bit. But now Vega has a bit of a window now to push up on this high ground.
Yep.
Maybe does have buyback, and they do have, of course, Ember Spirit to spam out waves. But they have to watch out to make sure he does not get doomed.
There he goes. Jolly going to be caught. 2-man waiting. Looking to get into why? No, Yules keeps him alive. And he comes back down, does end up dropping. BKB has been used by FN though, so that's going to be on cooldown here momentarily. They got 2, but let's see how they're going to translate it. No one in Solo trying to pull back as September's doing good damage. Hit with the silence though. And Solo.
Vega needs to just go to this tower though right now. They need to be in the tower. Maybe he's coming up soon. They don't want to be overstepping their bounds.
And Jolly continuing to show his face, just trying to buy some time. Solo's going to go in. He's got a Doom on him. And the Doom's there as well. FN can't get to him, but it's not going to matter. He's going to end up dying to ranged attacks. Puck kept alive by the Yules. He's going to go ahead and jump away. So they get the kill. Will they get FN? They will bring him down. And now they're going to catch Sama from behind as well. So while they do manage to bring down Aggressive, they do get the tier 3. It was costly as they lost 2 cores of their own.
I didn't think that Aggressive was going to actually get caught there. He had the mans up and everything, but it was a great succession of spells by Vega. As Solo jumped in, the Manta was forced, and then Puck blinked in and got the coil on perfectly, so they got that 1 second of stun to get the Doom off on him.
Yep.
So a bit of a cocky play there, standing maybe a bit too far up from Aggressive, but either way, he wanted to get the Sleight of Fist down. They didn't want to lose the tower, and it's really not that big of a deal. They lose the Ember, sure, he loses on a lot of farm, but now maybe gets a couple kills, they push them out of their base, and yeah, it's not that bad.
LGD continuing to keep tabs on the Roche pit, and meanwhile get a ward down. And it's actually very fortuitous for Vega that they did bring Aggressive down when they did. If it wasn't for that, the Death Prophet didn't use her ult in that last fight, so they would have been happy to be shoving up on high ground right now if Aggressive had survived. So.
Yeah, Joey picks up the Lotus Orb. That's definitely needed. Removes the Hex, able to reflect those Abyssal Blades, removes the Silence, and we do see Enchantress, he's going to start being a much bigger force to deal with in these fights. He's got his Ags, he's got his Dragonlance, he's almost 16, and now we have another Aegis, another Roshan respawning with Aegis, and she's, Solo, too far out alone.
Again, the 3rd time.
And he spent his gold. I think he bought a Diffusal. Okay. I guess to remove...
Yeah, to purge?
To purge off the Hex and everything from the... To purge off the Hex from the line and remove the Silence from the Night Stalker, I guess?
Yeah, it has to be.
But either way, he just spent his gold, and now LGD's the ones who are able to get this Aegis, which is huge, because they've been fighting into Vega's Aegis and Cheese every single time here. Now they're going to be able to have their own.
And speaking of Hex,
they popped the DP ult, they don't care.
Another Hex picked up by Puck, and yeah, like you said, I'm actually surprised to see them doing this with the Doom down. They rely on that Doom so much in these fights to take out an Aggressive, or even an MMY if they need to just make sure that they get rid of the Disabler. But, yeah, that's going to be an Aegis that goes on to Aggressive. They're going to pull back, and they're going to have to wait at least 90 seconds or so if they want to push up with the Death Prophet ult. Do you think that's the plan here? Just pull back, wait for that to come off cooldown, and then shove? Or even try to take it longer? They've got to be feeling pretty good about their position, and especially where Aggressive is in his farm with 3,500 gold.
They're definitely feeling good. He's getting very close to that Scotty now too, which is going to make him, just so much tankier. Even if he gets doomed, there is a potential for him not to die if he gets forced after Lotus Orbed or whatever they try to, any type of defensive abilities on him. So this is looking very good for LGD. Like I said, that's the first time they've got the Aegis or the Cheese. Not only is it important because they have it, but now it denies it from Vega.
We're 48 minutes in. A game that has really been a seesaw, man. It looks like it's going to continue one way or the other as Vega's now moving out.
Looking at the graph, you can just see how back and forth this game really is.
Oh, there we go. Oh, they catch aggressive and get the Doom. He does have the Aegis, so they're going to get that for free. Lotus Orb is used on him, but here it comes Xiao 8. Solo eating a lot of damage, and Aggressive doesn't care. He can die here and be ready to come back into the fight as Vega has a few left behind. This fight is really split up. Xiao 8 left all by his lonesome. He's going to end up dying, and Aggressive has to remnant away back to the high ground looking for some safety. And there's going to be the man, but no! I've been able to follow it up. Aggressive can't really find a good position to fight from. Maybe hexed out as he's caught inside of the Sprout. We'll use the shields up. Oh, manages to get one, and FN now in trouble as his BKB expires. Maybe still alive, and for the second major fight this game, able to walk away with sub 100 HP. Actually, no, I was making a big grab. Of course not. Thanks, asshole. I was really singing your praise there. Either way, big fight and a win for LGD. I guess, I don't know though, it's tough to call it a win except for the fact that Aggressive is now ready to go to work here on the barracks. So that's going to drop very quick, and we're beginning to see his damage output show itself in a major way. Gets a lot of farm using the Sleight of Fist and ready to move on as the Furion not feeling super confident being able to come out on him. And he will go ahead and jump back now just to stay safe, but that's one lane of racks down, and LGD in a great position now as we approach 50 minutes.
Yeah, that was, MMY did a great job there of staying out of the fight. He got the puck completely locked down in the back. I was trying to let people see it while they could see the rest of the fight going on, but it was just beautiful positioning by him there, able to pick up the puck, not let him to be that nuisance that he's been being this whole time. Now they do have the Scotty finished up on Aggressive, and now did I see a Dagon?
Yeah, it's a
okay, solved it. I was like, oh, interesting. Cheese on September. But yeah, okay, so the Diffusal was for, I guess, the Ghost Scepters as well. He was trying to help out his Ursa. I wasn't really thinking that that's what his option was going to be for, but I guess he just really wants to help his Ursa stick on targets, and he blew through all 8 of them really quickly.
Oh yeah, he did. I mean, in a game where we talk so much about control being the big factor, pretty much every hero on the map now has some kind of control item, be it just getting someone off of you, being able to purge, being able to hex, being able to use, etc. So there's a lot to be processing now as a player when you're in these fights. What are your priorities? Who do you purge? Who do you hex, and so on?
Yeah, now the fights just become so much more difficult because maybe now has a Lincolns. They have a Lotus Orb on the Night Stalker. They have 2 Force Staves. There's so many defensive mechanisms on the side of LGD.
Yep. And they're continuing to play it high and tight.
And Vega overall, you can tell they're not scaling the same. You can just feel it. Their items, sure, they have the Hex, they have the Lockdown, they have this Lincoln's on the puck, which I don't really feel like has been doing too much. But
I was going to ask you about that. Lincoln's on the puck in this situation. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah. It looks like we're going to have 5-man smoke straight up mid. Let's see who, if anyone, they're going to be able to find. Max trailing is going to be Hexed, and they do manage to catch him. Fingers there.
Nice Force Staff.
Keeps him alive. He's going to have the BKB as well. And now they're going to try to follow it up behind that, though. Re-engage is Solo. This was a Doom onto Aggressive. He's going to end up dropping this time. FN able to BKB himself to safety. Maybe once again finds himself down low. Checks that, does die. And now Solo's going to be the one to drop. Aggressive did buy back and back engaged into this fight, though, as Puck and Doom are both sent to the showers. FN got some damage done, but we're really beginning to feel the effect of his short BKB charges. He's so reliant on that item that he has to get in and get out so fast. It ends up being a 4-on-5 unless he gets a kill every single time.
And the fight wasn't even looking bad for Vega at all until the buyback.
Yep.
But wow.
Here we go. Tier 3,
that Maledict is just so unexpected as well. Maybe had his ears up, but who's going to expect a 750 damage Maledict to just go on you? You don't even really see the animation of it in these big team fights, so really nice play there, but from Sayoma.
Aggressive going to be Hex, just trying to buy some time. There is the Sprout to fall behind that, though. We see Xiao 8 getting beaten on. FN just not feeling as strong as he once did. In fact, he feels like food as he's sent back again.
He's got no buyback for 50 gold. They're going to lose.
That's it, I think.
That could be, yeah, that might just be the game.
Yeah, I mean, they can't do damage without him. They're so dependent on that Ursa right now. And Doom, even when he comes back up,
they're going for the Megas.
Seconds from ult. Yeah, this is going to be Mega Creeps.
Yep.
So a great game from LGD, and I guess, don't want to get too far ahead of it. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to buy some time. But Aggressive going to be caught from behind.
Still no Doom up, though.
Yeah, exactly. Doom still 30 seconds plus, and now they're just going to bring him down. Finger Down he goes. Death Ward from Cyana going to be a bit of a funeral dirge as Mag's going to be next on the list. Buyback from the Ursa. He must have just gotten it. Don't know that that's going to be anywhere near enough to prevent this from ending, though. As, let's see, they're going to be able to get the Hex on the September. And, yeah, they're going to be able to keep at least one set of racks up after a flurry of buybacks. At least 3 took place there that I counted. So it's all or nothing for Vega. They have to make the most use they can of the next few minutes.
Yeah, I was wondering what if LGD was really going to go so hard for that commitment, because Aggressive had used buyback in their last fight, but it shows that they were just going to throw away 1 or 2 heroes, force the buybacks, and that's definitely worth it. You know, they know Furin has no buyback, Ursa's on his last whims. This is pretty much all they need to do. They just need to wait for their heroes to spawn up and just keep the lanes basically where they are, and they'll be good for this game. As long as they don't get picked off, they should just stick together, let Aggressive push out the lanes with these illusions. Otherwise, the lanes should just be able to push out naturally from the force of the super creeps.
LGD happy to take a breather as they wait on those respawns, as you had mentioned. This is by far the biggest lead of the game for any team, and you know the way this is going to end, I gotta, you know, you look at it now, you see 2 sets of racks down, no tier 3s even down on the side of, never mind, they did lose their tier 3 mid, but for the most part it looks a little stompy at 54 minutes in. Kills are close, but this game was so back and forth, Yonis. We saw all throughout this, taking a look at the net worth and so on, it seemed like each team had the counter punch when they needed it most, but for the most part, LGD's draft really just hitting its stride at a better moment than Vegas.
Yeah, both teams had some little mistakes that kind of set them back. Solo dying, I think, maybe 1 or 2 times by himself. Of course, that sets you back. Aggressive getting caught out from that first Blink Dagger in the Doom in the top lane definitely sets him back. But overall, LGD just being, just playing the way they usually do, nice and patient, not trying to rush anything too much, but being very, 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 very keen with their smokes. Every time they used a smoke, it was just like, let's go. Like, they bring all 5 heroes, they go for the big advantage, they use their wards.
I mean, if you're Vega right now, what's the plan? Is it just sit and wait for Roche and pray?
I mean, it's a pretty scary situation. Their lanes are being shoved in constantly. There's no way that this Furon can split push. He knows, like, if I get caught, this game's over.
Yep.
So split pushing is near impossible. But now they look like they're going for a kill on MMY here with the coil expended.
Jules keeps him alive. FN will be able to bring him down. Aggressive goes back in, gets a little damage done, but it doesn't look like LG is willing to risk their huge lead. It is going to be a 50-second respawn, so this is actually a big deal. Yeah, Roche is going to respawn faster than MMY will. So if they want to try and take that Roche, and it's just going to come down to who has the vision. And unfortunately, once again, September, he's got his goal and beating up the Treant, and it's going to be just them to have vision.
Yeah. Not seeing this Ursa get any bigger though. Definitely not. He's got his gear.
Yeah, we're just really not seeing him look all that scary anymore. Like, he's able to get some damage done, but the heroes on LGD, and we didn't talk a lot about it during the game, they really tank up in the late game for the most part. I mean, yeah, Lion's always kind of squish, but just the way Enchantress works as a hero with Untouchable and so on, the builds you tend to see out of the Ember Spirit, like the Scotty, really like that approach, and of course the Octarine, the Lincolns, the Shivas for maybe. Ursa, as good as he is at blowing heroes up, just doesn't match up well against most of these heroes in the late game.
Or against Ghost Scepters. Yeah. And they've got, what, 1, 2, 3. I think he just sold his. Yeah, maybe he finally sold his. What's he gonna go for here? Hex, refresher, maybe just saving, deciding.
Okay, Roche is up, and both teams know it now. And let's see if that's going to be the main point of contention. For Vega, going to be the last breath they really have going.
Man, LGD saving buybacks though, just in case. Oh, he actually goes for the safe BKB. Okay, that's definitely the safest choice he could have gone. But everybody on the side of LGD has like 3,000 gold. All of them are ready with their buybacks.
They're trying to force them to fight them as they show themselves at Roche very, very haphazardly.
1 minute left on Aggressive's buyback.
See if maybe he wants to use his ult here. I don't think he needs to. Yeah, Vega's going to 5-man smoke, desperation time. They're going to hope they can find somebody. Army of Treants leading the way. Puck's orbital spot, nobody in the pit, and let's see how...
They're playing in the safest position possible for LGD right now. They have Xiaoyan in the front, able to break the smoke with the gem. Sitting all the way back. They know Aggressive's going to be able to shove this top lane in, the other 2 lanes are going to naturally shove in. The only place that Vega can be is either doing the Roshan right now, which is very unlikely, or in their jungle. And yeah, do you see them draw that line?
Here we go. FN.
Oh, he got spotted.
And now they're going to go into coil. Good waiting lift as well. And nope, MMY able to make it away. Behind that, though, the battle is joined as the Enchantress drops very quickly. We can see Solo being tracked down, maybe right on top of him, though. Solo going to glimmer himself back to safety. FN with the BKB charge expended has to go back. Aggressive did get doomed in the middle of all of that. But we're now able to survive. Yeah, he's good to go. And yeah, there's going to be a buyback from Puck now. And Aggressive moving ahead. They're going to find Solo once again. He's very low fighting here. Again going to work, and they're going to get the Witch Doctor as well. LGD forcing a buyback from the Puck, and now they're going to chase out Mag. Can they get him up on the high ground? They can. BKB going to try to TP damage. Not there.
One more crit, and Aggressive would have had him.
Yep. Doesn't matter though, as Doom buys back, but he buys back with an 80-second cooldown on his ulti, and LGD going to get the Roshan for free. I don't know if the buyback was necessary there.
I love seeing it though. 1, 2, 3, 4 buybacks there. Yeah. And Aggressive, he got doomed, but they weren't able to bring him down in the doom. The Puck was trying to chase him out, but like you were saying, once this BKB gets so low for the Ursa, it's so much easier to control him.
Yep. And Vega just on life support right now. Roche sitting at about 3/4 health. Still 50 seconds until the Witch Doctor is back up.
But they have to deal with these creep waves coming in. Their tier 4 tower, one of them is already dead, the other one's super low, and now LGD is able to claim this Roshan. Does anyone have room for this? Alright, yeah. We got Aggressive with one spot.
Oh, there we go. He's got to go. And there we go. They do manage to bring down MMY in the back. Who grabbed the Aegis? I didn't see who it was. It was Ember, yeah. FN, BKBs, that's only a 5-second charge, hits out, maybe he's right on his tail, just going to soul siphon him, that's going to force the TP home, and the Euless is there to break it up. Solo comes back in, but no Doom, Aggressive, hexed out, doesn't matter, the damage output on the side of LGD, just way too strong, and that's it, GG. So I'm really impressed with the way LGD held it together. I mean, Vega, for the first 15 or 20 minutes, man, really seemed like they were going to be the ones calling the shots. They were going to be the ones who were going to dictate the speed of this game. And it was definitely a bend but don't break approach from LGD that ended up benefiting, ended up working out really, really well. What they gave up, they tended to get back very soon. Or even when they were in bad situations, it seems like those situations never got too terrible.
Yeah, once the BKB started dropping on the Ursa, you could see the fight started being like harder and harder. They got a couple decent lockdowns.